You heard about the legend of Jesse James and John Henry, just to mention some names. Well, there's a truck driving legend in the South today, a man called Bandit from Atlanta, GA. Every gear jammer knows his name. They swear he got ice water running in his veins. A foot like lead and nerves like steel. He's gonna go to glory riding 18 wheels. Oh boy, he left Atlanta back in '63, hauling him a load up to Tennessee. He hit Mount Eagle in a driving rain, so hard he couldn't even see the passing lane. Well, he started down the grade when he lost a gear. He hit them brakes, found he had no air. The Mount Eagle grade is steep and long, and everybody that seen him thought the Bandit was gone. Awesome. Well, his truck jackknife turned completely around. He was coming down backwards about the speed of sound. A lot of folks seen him, and they all say he had his head out the window and clear the way. Well, he got to the bottom, safe and sound. Everybody asked Bandit how he made it down. He said, folks, when the truck picked up too much speed, I just run along beside it and drug my feet. You heard the legend of Jesse James and John Henry, just to mention some names. Well, there's a truck driving legend in the South today, a man called Bandit from Atlanta, GA. Every gear jammer knows his name. They swear he's got ice water running in his veins. A foot like lead and nerves like steel. He's going up to glory riding 18 wheels. Oh, tell me, boy. Talk to me, guitar.
Here we are, Retro Test 4. You there, mate?
Yeah, mate. Retro Test 4. Who'd have thought, mate? 2020 to 2022 before we finished Retro 4, eh? Let's get into it.
Yep, you all right, mate?
Yeah, mate, good.
Did you have the COVID?
No, I haven't had COVID. Hasn't been near me, mate. Haven't. Nah, not a symptom, mate. Seriously.
You're looking good.
Yeah, mate. Should we get into it?
Yeah, let's give it a go.
Let's get into it.
You're looking better, mate.
Good, mate. Captain K.
Good to see you again, mate. I'll touch you now. You sort of, did you get vaxxed or something?
No, I've been as good as gold. I haven't had it at all. Yeah. Felt a bit off collar the other day when we met.
Yeah, well,
but, yeah.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, I didn't tell you. You wouldn't have noticed, would you?
Well... No, not at all. No, nothing. No, it's all good. It's all good, mate.
Absolutely.
Here we are, Retro 4. It had to be done.
W-Model Kenworth.
Yeah.
W-Model Kenworth. First thing to do, head solly.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. What a man.
Yeah.
And I mean that from point of view because we've been 2 years making this thing. We've been up and down the country in Rocky a couple of times, and then the good Prime Minister shut us down for you know what.
Yeah, all that stuff.
In the 2 years he's been used as my wedding truck.
Yeah, you got married.
Was on the fleet at the wedding.
Yeah, he was.
And just doesn't matter what we want it for, you just ring up Ed and say, oh, you know, can I Rocky for... Yep, no worries, sport.
24 hours ago he was in Christchurch?
Yeah, 24 hours ago it's in Christchurch, up here cleaned. Yeah, just absolute, just salt of the earth. To use a Carl Kirkbeck phrase.
Yeah, salt of the earth, mate. Salt of the earth.
So, W-Model Kenworths, is there a truck that, like, everyone remembers...
Yeah, well...
Like other things, everyone remembers their first.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Your first, mate. What was your first?
Okay, so first, and before we go there, I have to say, like, I'm very bonded to this truck because it was my wedding truck. It was so.
And you've done a fair bit of driving.
Done a fair bit of driving in the old Rockstar. But so first sight, first bonded truck. So first sight was, I used to come home from school when I was a little wee tyke, drop my school bag, go and stand out at the road till dark, watching the trucks come home, wave to them all.
Yeah, heading into COVID.
Yeah, and there used to be TS3 Commons, Butterbox Arcos, things like that. Thames Freight, oh no, they wouldn't have had their first Mac at that stage. No, I'm jumping the gun there. But I had never seen one. I was only little, I hadn't read of one, because we just didn't have the media in those days. And Mum and Dad were milking, and I was at the road gate, and I saw this grill coming down the long straight towards where I was standing. And I knew every truck, I knew what was coming like that, and I didn't know what this thing was. I had no idea what it was. And it just started to block the horizon out. Yeah. And I was like, what is this? And unbeknownst to me, Tanner Sawmilling's very first W model went past, and I ran down the tanker track to the farm cow shed where Mum and Dad were. I ran in, buggered up all the cows, made a hell of a noise crashing through the gates, screaming, I've just seen the biggest truck I've ever seen in my life.
In your life, yeah.
First bonded one
Yeah.
was, believe it or not, within a year and a half of that happening, Tim Sawmilling bought their W-Model 8V92 with an Allison automatic in, driven by the one and only
Neville Chambers, Yogi,
who trained so many of us, or was responsible for part of it, was one of those drivers who blooded so many of us young fellas, and there were others, you know, Trevor Masters, Brian Hunt, Ernie Howe, Peter Mitchell, the list goes on and on and on and on. But
that was the first one that,
and my uncle was the plant manager at Tim Sawmilling, so I got incredibly close to that truck, did my trailer licence in it.
Granddad,
and it's now owned by Craig Gordon at the Mount, who is going to bring it back to its former glory. So, first site, first bonded truck.
Yeah, well, I mean, similar. It was, because coming from the same part of the country, so Tim Sawmilling's 8V92 and Yogi and so forth, but it was quite some time before I actually got a ride in that truck. It was more LWs for me in the very beginning there and so forth. But I remember distinctly, when Movin On came on.
Yeah.
Right, and I mean, that was it. Everyone was like, "Oh, what the heck's this truck?" You know what? I mean, So that was the first real one that sort of really, probably I've got strong memories of. But the thing was that Radio Harrick at the time, they the Auckland Showgrounds had just done the big renovation, the big new buildings, and there was a big international motor vehicle show there or something to that effect.
Oh yes, I know where you're going. Keep going. Oh, I'm excited.
And there was this big advert on the Radio Harrick, and it was like, go to the show and see the Movin On Kenworth. I was like, Dad, we've got to go to the show. The Movin On Kenworth's going to be there. And we rocked up to the show, walked around the corner, and here's this W-Model Kenworth, sleeper cab, the whole 9 yards, yellow and orange. I was like, that's not the Movin On Kenworth.
No, but it was pretty neat.
But it was bloody cool. And it had a very, very lasting impression. The mighty Lenditch. I mean, that truck's still in their care.
It's still in their care. It still looks the part.
Oh,
it's still
unbelievable truck. Yeah. Every time you see it come up the highway,
What was that thing that was that Stargate thing that took people back through time, and every time you see it, because it's still there as it was. Every time you see it, you're 8 years old again.
It's quite funny because the truck has had all sorts of little modifications and things done to it and bits and pieces over the years. But they're so subtle. You're just like, no, credit to them. It's an incredible truck, that with an incredible history.
But like I said back in the Truck of the Decade thing that we ran, and as they were a truck along with Mac and a couple of and there were other neat trucks around. 4300 Transtars. There was there was a wide surround eventually, but there was a whole legion of trucks. It was a Pied Piper, and the community they bought into what truck drivers did. Had BJ and the Bear moving on television.
Exactly.
That lot was it. Laurie D, that celebrity. He had a kids truckers club that he got that he started in the Herald, and we all joined, and we got badges and signed photographs of Sonny Pruitt from
that's right.
and Will Chandler from Movin On.
Claude Aikens from all that sort of thing. So I mean, you're right, a real Pied Piper effect, and standing beside it now and that sort of thing, you go back to that bloody school age to those memories. So
absolutely, and it's so fantastic that 50 years almost later, after all that, that you're bonded again with a W model that's still mint, still running. So I'm not renowned for hugging trees, but I am renowned for hugging.
Oh, right, let's get a room. So here we are, big piece of iron, mate.
Beige is beautiful.
Eh?
Cummins big cam. I washed a few of these in every day, or at least one of them several times.
Many times. No, that was the other thing. Like we go on about the inside of the cab and how there were so many, sort of memories that that were lasting. That things you'd never seen before. And the thing was to tilt a hood like this for the first time. And see that was just like, it was next level. And
it was the same with them all, because pulled a Mac over, like a V8 Mac, and there's the V block, and all that sort of stuff. It's just, I don't know, it's fantastic. It's your life, isn't it, really?
It is. No, that's it. It's a beautiful
big cam Cummins.
And fitted with a lovely piece of engineering across the top of the head there that makes a wonderful sound when you come off the throttle.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And that was one of the other, my first memories. I mean, that goes back to an LW. It was sort of standing at the end of Bank Street there and hearing the LW old
Peter Shellcrass's one.
From T-Pookie.
Yeah, Tarsiel driving it.
Yeah, coming down, heading to Kopu with another load of logs out of the Cowronga and hearing those jakes for the first time, mate. That was just next
music.
level. Music to the ears.
Yeah.
But no, a lovely big piece of what was that?
What was that? Did you hear something? What was that? We better go and have a look. Carl, it's Greta. She's trying to ruin our day.
Nah, it's Millie.
Oh, it's Millie from Little Truckers.
Trucker
What are you doing under the bonnet of a W-Model Kenworth?
Well, I'm trying to get more juice out of this goose, but I don't know where to plug these in.
Yes. Well, actually, sweet, you don't
Yeah.
plug anything into these. What you'll need if you want more juice out of this goose is some spanners.
Yeah,
right.
and a bigger set, bigger injectors.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
So probably just a little bit before your time, maybe. But love the enthusiasm.
Yeah.
We're always for getting more juice out of the goose. Yeah, of which Rocky is what? Rocky's 350, 400, one of the two, isn't he?
400.
Yeah,
We'll have to ask Ed.
We'll have to ask Ed. Yeah, I think he's a 400. Yeah. So back in the day, that was plenty of juice in the goose.
Yeah.
Was.
Yeah.
Yeah. With a turbo that size as well. Look at it, eh?
Yeah.
Seeing one of those for the first time as well, mate. I keep going back to those memories, but holy smoke, when you saw that, when you opened the hood.
The big hairdryer.
The hairdryers, mate.
Yeah.
And you just went, geez,
Fantastic.
look at that meant business, eh?
Yeah.
No, absolutely stunning. And there you go, but I
looks
think
like the future of retro test is well under control. The
in
next
good hands.
generation has arrived.
Exactly, in much better hands.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, these ones, but yeah. All right then, well, here we are in the cab of a W model, mate.
W-Model Kenworth.
Look at it, hey.
2 years ago, it was the big square bonnet superliner, and now the slightly more diminutive, narrow, fluted W-Model.
Exactly. There's something about that flute, hey. That you know, like when you were the passenger, it was the centre line. That the bug was, the flute and the bug down the centre line.
Yeah.
And then when you progress from that and you're allowed to start taking the wheel and get to this side of the cab,
Yeah.
it was down the fog line.
Don't put yourself in the same place.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Unless you're in the States.
Yeah.
Stateside. But it'd be something pretty cool to do to a 909 or something, eh?
Do that sort of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Because they've got a thing, haven't they? They've got a bit of a shape in the bonnet.
No, it's pretty plain Jane up on the top now. I reckon that someone needs to add that. There you go, there's a challenge. Anyone putting a new 90 on the road? Flute the bonnet. Let's see it. So there, what do you reckon, mate?
Well, you never forget looking out there for the first time when you're a kid either.
No,
Yeah,
that's it.
you used to wonder how they were keeping it in the lane because the road looked about that wide.
Yeah, exactly. You can't really see the guard. The guard's not there. She's and particularly, it's become the style now to dump all the air out of the seat and sort of ride down that point like that, sort of carry on. But it's
Vinnie Dorio, low riding.
yeah, exactly.
Low riding.
Exactly. But the old the guises and that sort of carry on. Turn the key on first thing in the morning, low air and all that sort of carry on, and bloody water temp and that.
But remember when they first arrived, people were going, God, their trucks, they've got dashboards like aircraft. Because this was all unseen, before in history.
That's right.
Bloody Leylands with a bloody couple of gauges,
Oh,
hose clipped around the steering column.
Yeah, that's right, bloody
bloody Morrises and things with 1 and 2 gauges, and all of a sudden, these things start turning up and they've got, look like a bloody aeroplane inside.
Oh, mate, but the first time seeing the big yellow buttons, and that sort of carrying, ooh, far out, that was that's...
And they were really cool because the Max and the Kenworths were so different.
Yeah.
Remember back to the Magpies, one had the second generation dash in them, the original plastic R models had a bit more of a diminutive dash in them, and then up came the high riser when it was, and they were so cool in their own right.
But I think the R model was, we talked about it in the Superliner, how the sort of the rounded sort of, and the windscreen sort of thing, and that's this is that shovel point, that sort of like centre line point. It just changes the whole characteristic of what you're looking at, and and then it carries on out through that flute to the bug. Yeah. So it's jumping up in the cab, as passenger. Back in the day, it was like on a mission.
My first ride, 5 a.m, pitch black. It was all lights. It was all and this massive bonnet buddy pulls out onto the road, and you could barely tell how do you know you're in your lane? And
no. But no, there was just so many characteristics, that you sort of as I said, you recollect sitting here. But he's seeing a pyrometer for the first time.
Yeah.
And, geez, you never, what was that? What's
Yeah,
a pyrometer? What does that mean? And it was just all those sorts of. But
and then you get old enough to get a Sunday job or a weekend job washing them.
Yeah.
Brian Hunt's brand new Lady Rose that he bought.
Yes.
And then you get to wash them, and then you get to wash them and turn them around in the yard and park it up when you're finished.
Yeah.
Which they always knew and was always turn around in the yard 150 times.
Yeah. Didn't get it right the first time. I got to have another go.
Yep. And then you get to drive home, going with the O for rides on the weekends and driving it home empty from O-reading and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's just all a progression, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, lots of fond memories. Really, sitting here, just they come flooding back. But the clutch, there was just something about that big bloody swing lever and so forth. And
hang on. Before the clutch is a device that separates manually the.
That's right.
It takes the heat off the drive between the engine and gearbox and allows the.
Yes.
Here's the gear lever, changes gears. Yeah, and you do that manually.
Yeah.
And then you let the clutch out and it reignites the connection between between the engine and the gearbox. And that was all done by you back in the day.
That's right. Yeah. And as you got better, you could sort of, there was a little bit of floating going on and that sort of carry on. But the near vertical accelerator pedals and brake pedals.
Yeah.
Oh mate, it all comes flooding back. Really does. And they got old SIG stat again, like in the again, look at that. It's probably been there again since day one. And it works.
And I think it's Kenworths and Max. It's Kenworths and Max that made you I still like an organ brake and a pendulum clutch. Not that I've had much Peterbilt experience with organ everything, but actually that's a complete load of shit. Actually, I've had no Peterbilt experience whatsoever. But I'm sure that the organ clutch is. I
can honestly say I've had one experience, Natchez, Mississippi.
Did you?
Yeah. We got to drive the wedding truck for Mr. Tanner.
Righto, that's me. Retro test over.
No. No. So I can speak from experience here.
Stick it up your ass.
Oh, sorry. Okay. But yes, no. I'm everyone who drives a Peterbilt goes on about the bloody organ. Yeah, but no. There's something about that big swing lever, mate. There's Kenworth got it right.
Yeah, but I prefer an organ brake than a pendulum. Definitely a pendulum clutch. But I prefer an organ brake.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. No, totally agree there. Totally agree. But
easy to clean. Cleaning's all over in under an hour probably if you get hoe into it properly. And
there was
minimal storage.
There was something about seeing the chain for the first time as well.
Fans, remember the fans?
Oh,
fans,
yeah. Well,
fans,
yeah. No,
big steering wheel, so cool.
Oh, yeah. Lots of good memories. But I suppose on that note, we should actually get it out on the road. And
are we doing the period dress this time? The costume?
Oh well, that caused a fair bit of controversy last time, mate. I got a lot of heat over my bloody Daisy Dukes, mate.
I was all right. The kids were all right with me. They still haven't.
Were they?
Yeah, they still haven't talked to me since the John Bailey Bedford.
Oh, okay.
High socks, sandals,
and the vest.
Yeah, putting yourself on the global web, looking like that.
Knitted vest. I as I said, mate, the bloody.
No, I reckon we should do it.
The Treadmasters Daisy Dukes got a bit of heat, mate. But I mean, we got big shoulders, mate.
So what are we looking for?
Right.
We're looking for this time we're looking because out of the American Kenworths was the new generation cowboy, the American Midwest.
It's that emerald green. So I think we're going sort of, it's that real moving on theme.
Modern day cowboy sort of thing.
Yeah. Highway cowboy sort of thing.
Because that's what they are, aren't they? The modern day, the long haul truck driver in the US, the Kenworths, Peterbilts and Mack replaced the drovers, that's right. Yeah. So it's that whole counterculture, subculture cowboy thing, isn't it?
It is. Right. Yeah. So
1980s modern day cowboy American.
But I think Moving On sort of really encapsulated it. So
Right. Let's do it.
Give it a go.
Okay.
Try it out.
What the hell are you wearing?
Jeez, mate. I said moving on, not Little House on the Prairie.
No, we said modern day. Oh, we said modern day cowboy, Midwest American. This is the modern day Wide Earp, mate. Wide Earp's my favourite. You look like a Midwestern rest home, mate.
This is Claude Aikens, mate.
Oh, you Sonny Broad,
Sonny
mate.
Pruitt, mate. Got me best buddy bomber jacket on, mate.
Do you realise that you're probably older than he was when he made Moving On?
Yeah, I have thought about that. I mean, look, he had that wicked bloody black bloody hairdo.
Yeah,
and that,
mate.
You know, like it was just, oh, mate, you know, but yeah, it's not quite there, but mate, really.
Where'd you get the Pruitt jacket from?
Oh, got my contacts, mate.
Oh, the belt buckle, Kiwi Truckin'.
LLC.
Shout out to Dave Tanner in Mississippi.
Yeah, there it is, mate. But real, yeah, I don't know. It's
I feel right at home, I have to say. Not really.
Well, takes different strokes for different folks, hey. But
Absolutely.
yeah, but no. It's you know, this is it. It's
Do you reckon if I got out at one of the breweries and asked for 24 pallets of beer on the back of my good W-Model curtain inside of it, they might take me to to a home somewhere?
Yeah, well, yeah, probably a padded cell, but
Hey, living the dream.
eh?
Living the dream.
Yeah, I know, but no, there you go. Yeah, I don't know, but you know.
That's very nice. Moving on, you've done incredibly well.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, I feel I'm more Wells Fargo stagecoach.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say,
Yeah.
mate. It's, yeah, sort of. What is it? Yeah, it is Little House on the Prairie, isn't it?
No, it's guns. It's Wide Earp, mate. It's Wide Earp.
Wide Earp. Okay, Wide Earp it is. But I don't know, mate. I don't know. It's
It's not really New Zealand, is it?
No.
No.
When these things were getting around here in New Zealand,
Nah.
I mean, this is a tribute to how
It's a tribute.
was,
It's a
but
tribute. Shall we take it home though?
I think so.
Oh, let's take it home. Yeah. I feel slightly overdressed for the occasion.
Yeah.
Righto.
Plan B.
Plan B.
That feels
There
better.
we go. Now we're in some
Aye.
Kiwi trucking, mate.
That's it. This is it,
What
mate.
the hell are those?
Oh, yeah. The gussies, mate. I got pulled up on them.
Really?
Yeah. So, lace-ups, mate. What you got there, though?
Come up to Texans. I've sort of jumped up into the early 90s. Like we got jandals are gone.
Yeah.
So I'm very safety conscious. I've got my good tees on.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, mate. Canterbury still?
Yeah. Canterbury's flannelette shirt.
Yeah.
Mate.
125s?
Yeah.
Or
I
did you
gave
give-
up smoking.
Oh, you gave it smoking?
Yeah. The Marlboro man got crook in the 90s, so we also
Yeah, no, well, I've gone the...
got the singlet going on.
yeah, the John Dickey.
You borrowed Daisy Duke's pants again.
No, Trebs.
Oh, yeah.
Aye.
I don't remember his with frills, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
hang on. I'll just... Yeah, well, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I feel much more
Classy
at home.
hat, mate, gotta say.
I know.
Feel
Well, that was it,
comfortable.
mate. In that era, mate, when I was getting around in the cab of this thing as a bloody passenger, mate, you couldn't get the cap off me, mate. It was actually a Kenworth one, mate.
Yeah,
I
right.
also had the Snowman Caterpillar one as well.
Did you? I had a Snowman Caterpillar one too.
Oh,
Yeah.
mate.
And I had a Cat Diesel Power.
Yeah.
Cat Diesel Power, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, mate. No, good memories, but do you reckon it's time to get behind the wheel and
Fairly comfortable now.
ready to go?
Into it. Let's go.
Let's go see what this thing can do, eh?
Righto.
Do it. generations ago it was that the first W model rolled down here. Like, you know, you think about it.
1.5?
Be 1.5, wouldn't it? Heading for
So,
two.
oh, yeah, two.
Two, yeah.
Two comes together.
Yeah.
Well, they grow them pretty good nowadays, eh? They're like
Yeah.
mid-20-year trees, aren't they?
Yep. And there's the next lot there.
Here's the next one there. So, that'll be a hydrogen truck will cut those out.
Yeah, it will be.
Some,
Yeah.
some bloody thing.
Yep, some unmanned, hydrogen-powered,
Yeah,
eco-friendly, bloody,
unmanned.
yeah, unmanned, self-driven. There's a cartoon in that for bloody, for David.
Probably unmanned harvesters too.
Yeah,
Probably some robot will come in and
yeah. Okay, come on, you've had enough of a go. Come on, wheel it over, it's my turn.
W-modelling it.
Yep. As I say, mate, there's something about that bonnet with the flute.
Get the case in the wheel. Singlet and all.
Yeah, mate. John to be proud, mate. Yeah, so, you know, back in the day, we would started out in the passenger seat over there, and you're sort of looking at the buck going down the blooming centre line, and then you make it over to the driver's seat, and you're suddenly looking at the fog line, and it's amazing how it's just like a pointed arrow straight down the side of the road there. It's your guiding truth. Like pointing at the bulldog down the bloody same thing, looking up the bulldog's bum and aiming him at the bloody fog line as well. But there's something about that blooming.
It's the pulpit of truth, Carl.
Oh, mate, it is. But it's that fluted bonnet, mate. Look at it. I mean, whoever designed that, whoever put that there, they need a medal. They need a medal.
It's like we've always said, trucking's an art, not a science.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, she's something special. Geez, mate, I don't know about you, but this woman, I'm feeling quite fatigued.
Oh, you're right in the 2022, aren't you?
Oh, mate, look, how do we survive?
It'll be that steering thing.
Oh, that's what it is, mate.
Yeah.
And a gear lever.
Everything we
And
did back then made us tired. It's the wonder we got out. It's the wonder we could get out of bed.
I don't know how the hell we did it.
Changing gear makes you tired. Steering now makes you tired.
Yeah.
Everything makes you tired, evidently.
Yeah, that's right. But thank goodness they've rectified that, you know, they've given us AMTs and they've given us, you know, sort of, that blooming, adaptive bloody steering now. What is it? What do they call that now?
Oh, it's all sorts of things.
Oh, mate, I know. Electric steering, so less effort, because this is so much effort. It's so difficult. How did we survive?
How did we stay conscious?
I know. I don't know about you, mate, but I'm getting bloody hungry.
Should we invoke the John Murphy Memorial
Oh, I reckon.
pepper steak pie?
I think that's the order of the day, isn't it?
I reckon.
I
I think it's the whole reason I haven't had COVID.
You reckon it's the peppercorns, mate?
You've seen I haven't had COVID.
Well, we saw that. But you definitely had an interesting affliction, shall we say. Did you find an ointment or a cream for that, did you?
A balm.
A balm, right. Oh, but the good pepper steak, I think, is the order of the day. Let's wheel it over and see what we can find.
Well, Captain K,
There it
the
goes,
sun
mate.
is the sun is set on Retro 4.
That's it, mate.
Fantastic, and we end
Pepper-
with the John Murphy Memorial pepper steak
Pepper
pie.
steak pie.
He would have he would have loved the retros, wouldn't he?
Oh,
He'd have
mate,
just been
right up his alley.
absolutely
Yeah,
beside himself
yeah.
over them yet. So we have to have the Memorial pepper steak pie.
Yeah, it's become a tradition.
His favourite food of choice. Thank you to Ed Solly for letting us use Rocky for pretty much any bloody thing we like, really. Thank you to Rocky for always being Rocky.
Exactly, yeah, and continue to be Rocky, mate, because you're something pretty special.
And thanks most to you jokers and gals and guys and kids
Yeah.
and out there for supporting the retro test and getting a bit of entertainment out of them, because they're just a bit of fun.
Yeah, well, that's all it's meant to be, but hey, we're sorry it's taken 2 years.
2
but
years.
We didn't anticipate bloody getting locked up by our mate.
And no, I've never had COVID.
No, you haven't. No. And on that note, keep in
Cheers.
touch and let us know what you'd like to see next, because we're all ears.
We're all ears.
Jeez, mate, you're into your one already.
Into it.
Holds, mate. Cheers. Not bad. Right. Modern day wide earth. What the heck's he thinking? Bloody little house on the prairie.